beloved species of reptile.
The saltwater croc grows to be the largest and most aggressive species of crocodile on the planet. And you're about to see one in action in the world's only crocodile.
And leading the team today, we have Harry. Please make them feel welcome. It's the Australian Zoo Croc Team.
Thank you very much. How are you all doing today? Oh, we're good. Come on, you guys can do a bit better than that. How are you all doing today? Yes, now I'm feeling it. Rightio, this is the best part of the show. The saltwater crocodiles, but I'm a little bit biased. But if you want to focus your attention down the canal, today we have Scrapper making his way out. You guys are in for a treat. He is a smaller crocodile, but he makes up for it in attitude. This is one of the first shows he has ever done in the Crocoseum. So when he comes streaming out, please give him a big old round of applause because he's working pretty hard for it. Now the reason we're here, the reason we do these shows every single day is to show you guys how cool crocodiles actually are, how they work out in the wild, but overall the only message we want you guys to really go home today with is to how to stay safe from crocodiles. Because if we keep you guys safe, we keep our crocodiles safe. You can see he's starting to make his way out now. Now he's picking up on the vibrations that I'm sending out. So to stay safe, all you have to do is the complete opposite of what you see myself and Nick do today. So again, I'm way too close to the water's edge. But the biggest mistake that people make, I definitely don't recommend doing this, but they go down into the water. He can actually feel the pressure changes in the water 4 times greater than he can feel the vibrations out on land. So you can see he doesn't have to pop up to have a look where I am. Even as he's tracking me, he doesn't make a ripple, doesn't blow a bubble. If this was deep, dark, murky water, you'd have no idea that Scrapper is starting to make his way up. Looks like he's lining up on that ibis. Scrapper, good here, mate. I think he's a bit fired up. He's all yours, mate.
Oh, great. Cheers, Larry. You're too kind, mate. Scrapper. Can't tell which barrel he's going for. Look at this one. Oh, sorry if he missed that, mate. Can you grab it? No, he got it. Dropped it. Now that was a cracking strike there for Scrapper. So you can see they can strike out from the tip of their nose to the base of their tail, and they can do that in the blink of an eye so fast that no animal in the Australian bush can avoid that attack. But crocodiles do strike for a couple of reasons. One's for food, like we showed you there, and the other is for territory. So Harry, mate, I think since your shoes are already wet over there, we might see what happens when you get back in the water.
Back in the water here again.
I think people want to see that. Do we want to see Harry get back in the water? The people what they want.
What could possibly go wrong? But you can see, even though we're getting further away from him, but closer to the water, that's when he started to react. He knows that he's mainly dangerous when he's in the water and right at the water's edge. Now I may go quiet over here, because like Nick said, they can strike from the tip of the nose to the base of his tail. So that's hitting this fence in the blink of an eye. And you just saw his first strike. So who knows what could happen here. It's playing a game right now. Come closer. Generally, I only need to play it once. So you do have to understand why we do get so nervous. Not only does he have 64 to 70 bullet-shaped teeth, but behind that, the jaw pressure in the saltwater crocodile is absolutely immense. For a crocodile Scrapper's size, he's probably got about 3,000 pounds per square inch closing jaw pressure. So it might not sound like much, but when you put it into comparison, the closest living animal is the hippopotamus with only 1,500 psi. But the machines they use to crush cars, they only use 2,500 pounds. So when the crocodile is fully grown, he can have anywhere up to 5,000 pounds per square inch closing jaw pressure. So if he was to grab a hold of me, it absolutely wrecked my up and coming weekend. Thanks, Scrap. But we're going to try and move him along. Like I said, this is still one of his first shows, so as much as we're trying to work him around, he's trying to work us around as well. trying to catch us off guard. He was born here at Australia Zoo. He's the son of Agro, one of the wild-caught crocodiles that we have, so that's where he gets his aggressiveness from. But they have a frontal lobe, crocodiles, just like us, so they can learn and remember. So throughout time, he's going to learn the patterns of the show, and he's going to try and catch us off guard even more. But we've shown you the strike from the water's edge. We're now going to show you another method they use to catch their food.
Thanks, mate. All right, so this other method that crocodiles will use is what we call the tail walk. Now, the tail walk isn't a trick that we've had to teach our crocs. It is something they will do out in the wild from the time they're only tiny little hatchlings. When these guys first hatch out the egg, they're tiny. They're absolutely, like, only about 15, 20 centimetres long, and they're extremely vulnerable. So just about anything will eat a baby crocodile. So at that stage in life, they're hanging out in areas like the reef, nice and safe there, safe from all those predators like your birds or big fish, even other crocodiles. We look keen today. Oh, having a shocker today. Oh, you got it. There we go. So they would use this method to target prey items in those overhanging branches. Quick, settle down. So again, it's their tail that gives them all the power for this strike. Up here, mate. Oh, got a bit of a back flop there. You just jump in and grab that now, mate.
That's all yours, buddy.
It's really hard to find good help around here. Anyway, so let that be a lesson to you guys. When you are up in Northern Australia, you've got to be wary of tail walking crocodiles.
Now, croc territory is not here on the Sunshine Coast. It begins up in North Queensland, goes across the top of Australia, and it ends down in Broome in Western Australia. These crocs much prefer to reside in those warmer waters.
Rightio, so we're going to try and give him out one more time. Give him a feed, and just prove one of the biggest myths about crocodiles. Now Scrapper, he's probably the quickest croc that we have here in the croc scene. We're going to get him out